Hello and welcome back to Helen's Homemade Kitchen. So I want to first apologize for not posting any videos the last few weeks. I did have some videos in the works, but there were some technical difficulties and those films are not going to be posted. So I'm making a new one and I hope you like it. But before I do start with a super easy recipe, I want to take this time to talk to the adults, so parents, people without children, whomever you are that is watching this right now. We all know that we're in a tough time right now. We have been dealing with a lot this past year alone. And to everybody out there that's having a tough time, I do want to send my sincerest, heartfelt, love, because it's hard. It's hard for people right now. And if you're not having a hard time, I'm sure that you know somebody who is. So I just need to say a few things for like a minute or so. This year, you are so important. Your vote is so important. To those who think that their vote does not matter, it does. It only matters if you actually do it. If you don't vote and you say your vote doesn't matter, you didn't vote because your vote doesn't matter, it obviously didn't because you didn't vote. But to those who are listening and who understand that their vote matters, if you have not registered, please register. I have the link I'm putting the link in my description box below. Please register. If you are already registered, have a plan to vote. And if you have done all that and you feel like you can do more, please check the links below. I'm going to post how you can become a poll worker, because those are so important. There are many poll workers, are usually those who are older and who are more at risk during this time. So if you can be a poll worker, please do. If you can vote in person, please do. Get your friends, get your family, talk to them, help make them understand that healthcare is on the line, our freedoms are on the line, our childcare is on the line. Every part of this is on the line, and we can't let big companies take it over, because that's who's in charge right now. And this will determine the next decades to come. So for your children, for their children, if we want a future, if we want the environment to be fixed, please vote. I don't know how else to say that. Because that is the one thing you can do. And be kind to each other. Try to understand each other's opinions. But human rights are not an opinion. Human rights, and that's what a lot of this comes down to. Healthcare is a human right. Being able to give to your family and make more money for your family, equal pay, is a human right, not an opinion. Black lives do matter and is not an opinion, and everybody needs to listen to that. So on that note, please check out the links in the description box below. Help. Go out there and get your friends to vote. Go to votesaveamerica.org. This is what you need to do. So, on that note, we're going to begin our very easy, very super easy cooking session of making apple hand pies. Okay, so everybody knows what an apple pie is. We're gonna make them tiny so that they're hand size for your kids and your loved ones. And there's not a lot of sugar in them, at least not in mine. You can put more sugar if you feel like, but I think the apples are sweet enough. I don't like putting too much sugar. So the first thing you want to do is set your oven to 400 degrees. And while that is preheated, we're going to cut our apples. So the first thing you want to do is you want about, I had 5 apples, so I'm cutting them all up. It's about, once you get them diced, it's about 4 to 5 cups of apples, so it's about a cup per apple. So depending on how much you actually want to make, I might actually have too much, so I'll have extra to like either just cook on the stove and have it with dinner, or I can make it into an applesauce or something. We shall see. But first, before you cut the apples, make sure that you wash them under hot water. This gets the very thin layer of wax off of the peel, especially if you want to use the peel like I want to do. So then you peel the apple. Okay, I have a bunch already peeled up. Now you can use any kind of apple. And I'm going to take the peels, I'm going to put them aside, because what I'm going to do later for myself is to turn it into an apple jelly, or I can put it in use it to help make apple cider. You still need a full apple for apple cider, but I like to use the peels and all that. It gives it like all that extra flavor and pectin. Apple jelly is like a sugar base with the apple peels and the cores, and then it breaks down and you make like, you can spread it on just like jam. All right, so after you peel your apple, you're gonna cut it, and you're gonna cut it into really tiny pieces. Now, little hands should not be doing this part unless they are talented, which I'm sure they are. So cut this. I like to cut my apples for this really tiny. So think about the way you cut an onion. You're gonna cut it just like that. Okay? So very thin, julienne, and then mince. Okay? So they're very fine dice. Okay? Now these don't need to be perfect, but the more uniform they are, the better it will be, and the more easier it will be to cook. Okay, so you want them super small because we're not cooking them beforehand. Okay, so now we're going to add our 3 other ingredients. We have our sugar. We have a 4th cup of sugar. Again, you can use more depending on your taste, but apples are already kind of sweet for me. Cinnamon, I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I have a tablespoon of flour. This will help keep it combined. Now, you might think that this is too dry. It's gonna not have, those apples have so much moisture in them. And you will see, like if you were to, how I normally make a large pie is I usually cover the apples in the sugar, and I usually use cornstarch instead of flour, but you can use that. You can use cornstarch in here as well instead of flour as a replacement. You can also use other spices if you would like. For my regular pie, I don't even put cinnamon in it. But anyway, once you're done with that, we're gonna let it sit to the side while we get our pie ready. Now, like I said, when I make a big pie, I usually set this aside for like an hour with the sugar, and the sugar drains all of the apples of their juices, and I'll use that to glaze over the actual pie. But this way, the pies don't like sink down, because apples will sink if you have like a dome pie, and then you get like huge dome with nothing in it, you know, fun stuff. So anyway, this is a pre-made pie crust. You can make your own pie crust. It's just flour, butter. You can use vegetable shortening. I like to use a combo of vegetable shortening and butter, and then a little bit of water. Add it slowly. Make sure that your vegetable shortening and butter is ice cold though. I like to put it in the freezer. But this is a shortcut that you can do, and I, will not judge you. So you want to have your pie crust, and then you're going to cut it into fourths. Okay? Okay, and then once you have your fourths, we're going to add the apple pie filling. Okay. We're going to add about 2 tablespoons. To each one. That's a little bit much. Only to half of the Okay. Now, once you have that, you're going to have your, you want to either have a parchment paper, or if you have a silicone mat, you can use that. And then I'm also going to put a little non-stick spray. You can also just use, like, brush it with some oil or something. Silicone is non-stick, but I just like the extra, stuff. And make sure the edges are closed. And then once we get it on here, we'll cut in some little slits. Okay, so we're going to cut little, at least like 2 on the top. Okay, and the reason why you want to do that is so they don't explode, because that's what will happen if you don't, because the air inside and the apples are cooking and they will. All right, so to avoid that, we'll do that. And we'll pop this in the oven and have it bake it for about 15 to 20 minutes. Set a timer. As soon as they're golden brown on the outside, apples should be completely cooked on the inside, because we dice them so tiny. Okay. And I'll see you when I come back. Hi guys, welcome back to Helen's Homemade Kitchen. So we've finished baking the apple pies. It took about 20 minutes, and now we let them cool for about 5 to 10 minutes. And now they're still nice and warm. So if you want to add some ice cream, check out the 5-minute video on how to do ice cream. You can add that onto this. So make that while you're waiting for it to bake. And then you can put it on top of your apple pie, eat it all together, or you can just take them by the hand, eat them. They're great. You can also put whatever you want in them, okay? So I used apples, but you can certainly use any type of jam. that you want, or other type of fruit that you want. Some people even put like chocolate in them. You can make a s'mores one, just like our s'mores, frozen s'mores. You can check out the video as well. And, you know, put some chocolate and marshmallow in there, put some fluff in there. They'll be great. But for today, we made apple pies, apple ham pies. And I'm gonna have my special guest, my brother Joey, come. Joey, you wanna come and try one?
Again.
Always. So this is Joey. Joey is my guinea pig of all guinea pigs. He's the best and you know, the best test taster. So you want to try one? It's a little warm, so be careful. Want to take another bite with the apple? Got a lot of pie part. Good, right? See, you know, that's the only person I need to please, right? Okay, so if you love this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, get out there and vote. I'll put the links in the bio below to make sure that you do anything that you can and everything you can for November, okay? And I will see you guys soon, okay? Bye, guys. Say bye.